Howdy, folks. How is the sound? How's the lighting? How are you? It's very, 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 very hot in Sheffield, to the point where I've just left my window open. So if you hear people like chanting or talking or whatever, it's the people in the pub garden. I feel very rude if I just started shouting out, "Shh, I'm streaming." But like, yeah, I honestly don't think I'll be able to like do a Jigsaw without at least some kind of air in the room. Just at least something there to cool me down. I do have, hang on, I do have this thing here. So last year when last summer, I was like, I had like the worst kind of fan to cool me down, and I got barely any work done, or I could barely do anything whatsoever. I just rotted. So my goal this year was like, no matter what, no matter how much money I'm making, some of that money is going towards a decent fan, and this is the fan I got, and it's brilliant. Oh, it's very big, very big. The reason it's so good is because it's made of steel. It has 4 different pieces are falling off now. I'm trying to demonstrate, you behave. So it's got 4 different pieces to it, and so yeah, you got this, which is like, it's nice. It's like, if it's not too hot, this is fine. Jump a little bit higher, it's like, ooh, I like. And then, I did it the wrong way around because I'm holding it the other way. So I did that wrong. So let me do that again. So this one is like, yeah. The other one's like, ooh. The last one's like Icelandic wind. It's so good, so freaking good. But like, I have to turn it off when I'm streaming because, as you can hear, it's very loud. But it's so freaking good. It's so damn good. If it gets too hot in the stream, I might as well just play. You might as well watch watch a fanning stream, like a fan stream. It's really damn good. As everyone said, sounds good. Soda says, my coping mechanism for heat is putting a what? What do you mean by that? Sorry, putting a what? I have other techniques, because like last year I had to resort to other techniques because I had such a cramped fan. Sometimes I'll just sit in front of the pub fridge, just sit there in the pub fridge. I didn't even care about judgment. I was like, cold baths. I took so many cold baths. I could have just lived in a cold bath. You know, I might have a cold bath after this stream. Cold baths in this weather, amazing, so good. Whatever. Oh, living off a diet of ice lollies. Just so many ice lollies. Calypso or Calypso. I keep changing the name, but like I'm gonna call them Calypso. Calypso British lollies. So good, so damn good. They're like, how do you explain a Calypso lolly? They're like, you slide them. They've got like a card package, and you slide them out, and you can suck on them, or you let them melt and you just drink the whole syrup, and it's just, it's so good. I had one today actually. I let it melt in a mug so I could just drink it. It's really good. Oh, and cold coffees. Cold coffees are really nice in this kind of weather as well. I really like that. Listen, says, I could hear you over the higher setting. I don't know about the others. Ooh, I like that. Might give me an excuse to actually put it on. To be fair, I have a very timber bassy voice, so that's probably why it could like speak over the fan. Leo, I have so many cold showers during last year's heat wave. Last year was way worse than this year. Today was like pretty damn hot, but like copable compared to last year's British heat wave. Last year's British heat wave, like, awful, absolutely awful. Ugh, it was pain. It was torture. It's really weird British weather because like there's no in between. There's barely ever an in between because it's either extremely cold and miserable and rainy, or it's boiling hot and feels like a volcano. We don't get a middle. We're not allowed a middle. Hello, Dunn. Howdy. Not allowed a like a medium level. It's a special day when it's like an okay warm weather, and I don't get a lot of Brits that are like embracing volcano weather. I don't get it. Yeah, I know it's like horrible to like wake up every day to like a cold, rainy day, and you're like, ooh, look, we have sunshine. I get it, but like, not that kind of sunshine. Leo, makes me glad it's currently 17C where I am. Lucky. It's 29 over here in Sheffield. I think I'm 6 hours away from Leo as well. Dang. Yeah, London's got it over 30. So like, I don't want this where I don't like extreme. To be fair, I'll be completely honest and say I prefer extreme cold to extreme hot. Because extreme hot, you can't escape. You can't escape it. You have to like basically reenact the Robbie Williams rock DJ music video to actually escape the heat. You have to strip everything till you're a bone because it's inescapable. But with winter, with like really strong, horrible cold weather, at least you can bundle up as much as you want until you're warm. Like you can do that. You can wear your whole wardrobe till you're warm. So I prefer the extreme cold. Not saying I like the extreme cold. It's just that if you were forced me into like 2 different rooms, and I was like, hey, do you want to go in this extreme hot room or do you want to go in the extreme cold room? I'll go extreme cold, as long as they give me some blankets. Yes, actually no, it's cooled down in London, a whopping 29 this evening. Yeah, it's been, I think at the moment it's like maybe 27 in Sheffield, maybe. I'm not too sure, but it has been pretty hot today. But not as bad as I thought it would be. But to be fair, the fan has really helped. The fan is, for those who missed it, the fan is so good that like, I get so used to like the comfort of the fan and the coolness of the fan that when I turn it off, I'm like, wow, it was actually that hot. That's how cooling this fan is. It's so for anyone that's interested in getting one, it's called a Bellico. A Bellico. If you're like, it was decent price as well. If you're like after a decent fan to cool you down, get a Bellico. Done. In Canada, our heat is intense. We get volcano weather too. Listy, extreme cold means hot chalk and 3 pairs of socks. Yes. I miss having hot chalk. There's no point in having hot chalk. There's no point in having any hot meals. And I like my hot meals. Much better than flopping around on the floor like a sweaty guppy. That's what it feels like. Leo, with the cold, you can get snug in a blanket, get a cuppa, put the fire on. With the heat, you're naked. You're sweating after every meal, covered in ice packs. Can't open the window because there's no cold air. What are you going to do? Thank you! Yes, cold trumps hot. Cold is not a good thing, but if it's going to be pitted against hot, cold wins. As long as it's not a cold where it's like inescapable. You've got to have something to kind of like protect yourself. So I honestly miss the cold weather. I don't know, because the thing is, when it becomes extreme cold, then I start to miss the hot weather. So I don't know. Like you still have to like rely on survival techniques when it is extreme cold, because like you still need to have like a warm bath or a boiling hot bath when it's freezing cold. It's amazing, so good. Dunn says stay hydrated. Yes, I'm gonna try my best to stay hydrated. That's everyone in this chat has got to stay hydrated. Leo, when it gets cold, the only things I hate is rising gas bill and what it does to my nose. There's naffle you can do when your nose is freezing and nothing else. Aww. I don't know. See, I get like, my health problems come out the most in the summer, I think. I face a lot of like health problems during the summer. So I'd say I'm more angry at the heat when it comes to health. During the cold time, my health is usually fine. I'm just wanting to bundle up a lot. I own so many blankets, by the way. So many blankets, because the thing you've got to remember is that I live in a pub attic and it's got very, very thin walls. So whatever weather it is, I feel like twice as bad. So like, when it is freezing cold, it is freezing cold unless my landlord puts on the heating. So yeah, so I ended up buying so many blankets. This is one of my blankets, one of maybe like 4 or 5 blankets I own, just so I can like add more and more layers onto me. Listy. Also, snow levels in video games are nearly always more fun than desert jungle levels. Yes and no, because I remember snow levels also have like slippery ice. I remember like ice is kind of a pain in video games. Hi Zelda. Leo, when it comes to summer, the bright colours and flourishing flowers, everything else not so much. Aesthetically, summer is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful to look at. And living in England, you kind of like embrace the look of England when it's summer, because usually it just looks miserable. So then it's like, ooh, what's that bright circle in the sky? Why isn't it raining? Why isn't the ground wet? Oh, how come I can see things in the distance? Why are people smiling? Why are people saying hello to each other? So I do like summer aesthetically. It's very nice to look at. And it's nice to go to the park as well during the summer. And I'm kind of lucky because like there's a park nearby. Well, there's like two parks in there. There's one that's kind of like on top of like all the hills, so you see like a Sheffield city view. But there's also another park that has a museum and a duck pond. That's probably one of my favorites to go to. And there's also in Sheffield, behind the train station, we have a Greek amphitheatre. I think it's Greek. It's like an amphitheatre I think it's there for the drama students of Sheffield universities. And like it's awesome. It's really awesome because like it's all these loads and loads of like stone seats to sit on, and like people go hang out there, and you get like an amazing view of Sheffield where you can see the university, you can see the station, you can see all the buildings, you can see Jarvis Cocker's poem. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of nice parks in Sheffield, I think. Where am I in chat? I've lost it again. Soda, only downside for me with winter, my knee tends to lock up. Oh, sorry about that. Ooh, I can feel that just from the description. Listy, I don't have a good appetite, so I end up a bit malnourished in summer because I need tummy space for 800 litres of water. Dang. Soda, water levels are worse than snow levels. Yeah, true, because I remember the drowning levels in video games being traumatizing as a kid. You're gonna die. Oh, no. Leo, at the very least, snow levels are usually prettier. I don't know, it's hard to make deserts look appealing or interesting. I guess it's because they're usually so barren. Yeah, I get you. I do like snow. I like snow a lot. And I remember one time my hometown had like the heaviest kind of snow, like insane level of snow, and like I made a video on it. I made like a video documentary about how high it was, and lots of friends and family liked that. So I have that nice memory associated with like too much snow. Done. During the summer, I love the music festivals. See, I've never really been to a music festival. I know like that's a massive thing in British culture, just like going to music fests, but like I've rarely ever gone to one. Probably because when I look at music festival listings, there's only like one or two acts that I actually like. Plus, most of them are really expensive. But I have been to gigs. I've been to quite a few gigs before. Soda, war flashbacks to Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic 2. Leo, on Thursday, I remember seeing the portly white men in maybe their 60s walking along the side with their shorts on, socks with ankle shoes, no shirt, so it was all hanging out, and thought, that is the image of British summer summed up in one image. It is, yeah. Done. Walking in the cold itches my legs. Ah, now we're gonna make me itchy. Everyone in chat keeps making my legs feel weird. Lizzie Hill says it, and they were probably named Dave and Gaz, yeah? And they probably spray painted that on. That's like one of the most cliche graffiti you see in the UK is Gaz was here, or Gaz were here. 2022. Yeah, mate. I'm an artist. So in this stream, I'm gonna be doing a KIKI'S delivery service jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw puzzle is one of the things I really want to do for Relax Club, but I wasn't sure how to go about doing it, and I thought about doing movie-related ones would be very fitting. And I also thought, well, what's the most relaxing kinds of films? Definitely Studio Ghibli, absolutely Studio Ghibli. And I did a poll asking, hey, which Studio Ghibli scene should I do? And everyone was like, definitely Kiki. Do a scene from Kiki. I'd like to want to do a Jigsaw on Laid Back Camp or Great North as well. Just do Jigsaws on relaxing things. Soda Hunter says, never seen Kiki. Go check out Kiki's delivery service. It's very charming. And as a coming-of-age teenage girl story, it's really damn good. Really, really good. Listy, I voted in time for once. Did you vote for Kiki? Yeah, I really love Kiki's delivery service. It's one of my major cheer-up films. Most Ghibli films are, but definitely Kiki. Kiki's got me through some really hard times, really has. Whenever I felt blue, Kiki is definitely one of the go-to films for me. It's so chill, so relaxing, and the setting is so beautiful and charming, and watching Kiki's story is very, very relatable, no matter what age you are, particularly her age, of course. Yeah, I love it. I'm more used to the English dub, but that's because I first watched it in its English dub. But I know some people are kind of iffy about the English dub because they add more dialogue in because Gigi's mouth is closed. They got Phil Hartman to do loads and loads of more Gigi lines, but I don't mind because I love Phil Hartman, so I'm cool with that. But I know there's a lot of controversy about the finale, something to the finale. Listy did vote for Kiki. Don says, I've heard of Kiki, but never seen... is she a witch? Yeah, she's a witch who moves into this seaside village, town kind of place, and starts her own delivery service and befriends all these people that live there. But more than anything, it's about her independence and her relationship with being a witch and just growing up in general. It's really damn good, and it's mainly about her tasks, the kind of like things she has to do as a delivery witch, and the people she bumps into, the people she befriends. It's really nice, really damn good. It's especially relatable if you're an artist as well, because it's got an artist character in there, and like her relationship with art will definitely resonate with a lot of artists, I think. Hello, Collectathon Fan 06. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, we'll be doing that Jigsaw in a bit. The thing is though that I've not actually done a Jigsaw since I was a kid. I really don't remember the last time I did a Jigsaw. I kind of stopped doing Jigsaws. I don't know why, because I enjoyed doing them. I really enjoyed doing them, but like, I don't know. I think it's probably because my brother got into it. I kind of like to like differentiate myself from my brother. So like, if my brother got into something, I'll stop getting into it. For example, when I was a kid, I was the acoustic guitar player as a kid, but then I lost interest and my brother got into it. The Collectathon. This is like one of the 2 times I saw a YouTuber I like watching on Twitch. Oh, that's nice. Leo, I remember seeing a great video essay showing how Kiki's delivery service approach about artists starting their businesses, not just because of Ursula, but through Kiki herself. I remember you mentioning that video. I need to watch that. I really do. There's so many video essays that I've like piled up that I really want to watch. Listy, I don't mind extra lines too much. It's not as bad as some cheap dubs of European films. Like, oh my god, the writers are terrified that if there's 5 seconds of silence, the children will set fire to the house for the boredom or something. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know, as long as it... I think it works with Kiki. Because of who they cast as Gigi. They got a comedian to play the voice of the cat. Obviously, he's going to be riffing a lot, so it fits. Phil Hartman's voice fits a character that's going to like talk a lot. But at the same time, I get the frustration if you're very affectionately attached to the Japanese dub and you're just not used to Phil Hartman constantly talking. And there are a lot of examples where there's dubs where there's too much chatting going off, and you can tell it's because they're terrified of silence being there. Great example is definitely Dougal. Dougal is just non-stop noise and chatter all the way through, and just forcing stuff in that was not in there originally. The worst thing is definitely in the original Magic Roundabout. There's a moose who has 0 dialogue, and it's really charming. The moose doesn't talk, and like it's all about the silence of the animation. But in the US dub, in the Dougal, the moose is voiced by Kevin Smith of all people, and mainly farts. It's really dumb. And the Digimon dub, the adventure dubs, they're definitely guilty of like, let's put as much noise as we can into this as we can. Oh, and Pokemon 4Kids. 4Kids just was like, noise, original songs, music. Where am I in chat now? Zelda, I joined a Jigsaw club and learnt a lot. Oh, awesome! Hopefully you might, if you want, you can give me advice. Collectathon, you know what? Controversial take. I think Home on the Range isn't bad. Thing is, when I rewatched Home on the Range for my 2000s Disney Villains video, I was like, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't great, but it's not as bad as I remember. Like after I saw other stuff, I was like, it's a low point for. I'd still stand by it's a low point for Disney, but like there are worse animated films out there, and I can see why kids would love Home on the Range as well. And it has a great cast. I'd stand by that. Like the voice cast is brilliant. Everyone's perfectly cast in their roles, and like yeah, I'm fine with that. Collectathon says, outside of Hoodwinked, have they ever made a good animated feature? Oh, they mean the Weinstein Company? Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, well, the Weinstein was involved with the dub of Princess Mononoke. But what was funny was that the Weinsteins were like saying, we want to change this, want to change that, and you do not want to mess with Hayao Miyazaki's work. It's one of the reasons why he was reluctant to like anyone dub his stuff, because Nausicaa got this really awful like dub that butchered the original source material and its intentions. So when the Weinsteins did Princess Mononoke, Hayao Miyazaki sent them like a samurai sword with like some kind of message. It was like almost a threat, like do not mess with Princess Mononoke. And like Neil Gaiman wrote the dub for that as well, so like he had to deal with a lot with the Weinsteins. Leo, I have more affection for Phil in the film, but maybe that's because it's nice to see any voice roles without the outside the Simpsons, knowing we'll never get to hear him again. Yeah, that's a really good point as well. That's what I kind of like about the Kiki dub, is just being able to hear Phil, because like Phil did have a film career, but not the film career he deserved. And so it's nice to see him in something or hear him in something. And he was a very talented actor, super talented actor. Probably one of the best SNL actors. Soda, the worst part of Dougal, they replaced Tom Baker as Z-Bad. I think the only one they kept was it Ian McKellen, because like they could work with that. He was a blockbuster name at the time. Listy, Pokemon gave us Eric Stewart as James though. Gotta love his camp little laugh. Oh, I love Eric Stewart as James. It's so, I can't imagine anyone else as it, but I have heard the replacement voice. It is pretty damn good. His replacement voice actor, I forgot his name. How did I get his name? Because I've met him. Like I've met the voice actors for James, Jesse, and Meowth, like the new ones, and like they're really the loveliest people you'll ever meet. Honestly, Team Rocket are lovely in person. But like the replacement voice actors are pretty good. But I'm still very attached to Eric Stewart's version of James because that's the one I grew up with. Zelda, okay, my teacher always tells me to start with corners. Yeah, I was planning to do that. I was definitely planning to do that. Collectathon, thank God Weinstein Company shut down because they are honestly a worse company in terms of animation than Illumination. See, I don't know how much Weinstein were involved with, and at the same time, they did give us the Princess Mononoke dub, which is one of the better anime dubs out there. Soda, I summed the hate for Home on the Range for one reason. It killed 2D animation, and for the longest time, it was the last 2D Disney film. I get that frustration. Eagle was Weinstein as well. Yeah, so like it's very hard for me to say how bad they are because like they're not an animation company. They're a distribution company. So it's hard to say, hey, they're as bad as Illumination, because like Illumination is they're a production company, they make their own things, but Weinstein release things, and it's very broad what they've actually released, what they've chosen to pick, and sometimes they did pick the right things. But obviously, fuck Harvey Weinstein. That goes without saying. I definitely should start the jigsaw soon, by the way. At least, yeah, I think it depends on the puzzle. I usually do the edges first just to make sure it's going to fit on the table/board. I really should invest in the tape measure. I need a tape measure as well, actually. Good dude. In America, the Weinstein Company distributed Paddington. Fortunately, they didn't do any changes to the movie. Surprise. Collectathon. Seriously, just ignore most of Weinstein's animated catalogue. Listy, I have a jigsaw puzzle that's just a photo of a pile of coloured golf trees. It is monstrous. I remember someone giving me like a magnetized jigsaw that was also holographic. I remember someone giving me that once. I never got round to it because it was like looked so complicated. Collectathon, you're better off watching something like Post and Pat the movie or anything stupid. Done. Soda Engines. It was actually the Winnie the Pooh film was the last one in 2011. Yes, it was. Yeah. I like Winnie the Pooh 2011. You guys, good evening. I arrived at the end of the stream again. At the beginning. You're okay, computer. It's nice to see you, computer. Zelda, Dick. I never know how to pronounce it. It's technically Dick. It's Dick. The voice at the end of the logo goes Dick. Is it Dick or Deece? Or Dick or D-I-C? I'm going to say Dick because it's funny. Dick butchered Sailor Moon. Sorry for being immature, but that is funny. Yeah, I know about the butchering of Sailor Moon. Season 1 finale goes like this. They're not dead, they've been captured, and they made it back safe. Yeah, and I know that they try with Sailor Moon. They tried to change two of the characters in the original Japanese Sailor Moon are gay, and in the English dub they were like, no, they're cousins. They made it really problematic. It's like they're very close cousins. And same with Cardcaptor Sakura. In the original Cardcaptor Sakura, most of the characters are bi or gay, but in the English dub they're like, no. They're trying to change everything. Collectathon, I mean, as someone who... She says Deek. It's Deek. So it sounds like a posh way of saying dick. Deek. Deek. Collectathon. I mean, as someone who watched all the Walt Disney Animation Studios 60 film catalogue, neither the Winnie Poohs are in the top 30, but they are still fun and charming flicks. Yeah, they're very nice. They're some are relaxing films, they are. I'd like to do a watch-along of one of the Pooh films for a Relax Club, actually. Leo, last time I saw someone doing a jigsaw puzzle gameplay was when Keep It Classy did a moving jigsaw puzzle of Japanese women just doing ordinary things, like washing their leg in a bathroom and eating a watermelon, and I'm just wondering, is this meant to be relaxing or a kink? When you say moving, do you mean moving emotionally, or like it was moving while he was doing the jigsaw? Because that would be terrifying. Like, so the hot take, I like the Black Cauldron. I want to give it a reshot. I want to give it another try. I definitely want to give it another try because I feel like my reviews of it were pretty much done in bad faith. They were from a different time for me as a critic, so I don't know. I mean, like, the worst video I made, in my opinion, was the top 5 best and worst Disney animated films video. I hate that video. Really regret it. And I want to give a lot of the films I put in my worst another chance, including Black Cauldron. I mean, like, Viva really wants to cover it for a podcast, so it might be interesting to do like the Dark Age as a film from this video. I should start the jigsaw because look at the time. let's do this. Let's do this. Ooh. Computer guy, Stanley Black Cauldron is a broken movie and nothing can change that. It is bad in my opinion. I mean, I do know about Jeffrey Katzenberg faffing around with it. I know about him like changing, cutting, and editing and stuff. So like I know there was studio interference. Lewis says now the Jigsaw was like a repeating video or GIF, not a still image. Ooh, interesting. Leo, ooh yeah, that old chestnut with Sailor Moon, because right now, playing Hades, I'm so emotionally invested in the reuniting of the lost lovers, Achilles and Patroclus. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. One of the greatest romantic couples in Greek mythology. Than the movie Troy. They were made cousins as well. Guys, sorry, my keyboard is sus lately and often inputs some letters twice. No worries. I remember one time when I had a keyboard that like had missing keys, and I was like, how do I do certain words without those letters? Collectathon says, if you asked what my bottom 5 Disney animated films are 5, Ralph Breaks the Internet, yeah, I get that. 4, Dinosaur, 3, Aristocats, 2, Pocahontas, no, I get that. And 1, Chicken Little, yeah, I get that. Listy, if anything deserves a live-action gritty remake, it's Black Cauldron. Do that instead of ruining the good ones, Disney. I'd be down for a live-action Black Cauldron. I would, yeah. Cooper Dude, what website is this? Let me actually check, because I forgot what it was called. This website's called imapuzzle.com. And it's basically what you can do with it is you upload a picture and it turns it into a jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, so any picture you want. So I took a picture from KIKI'S delivery service and it's turned it into a jigsaw puzzle for me. And it's got different kinds of pieces. This is 30 pieces. Kibu guy, they knew, but some execs won't got their greasy fingers on the movie. Right, let's try and start this. Let's try and start this jigsaw. Little nervous, but like, it's gotta be done. It's gotta be done. So corners, obviously corners, but the tricky thing is, which of those from all this are the corners? There's not. I only have word English, native language. Come on. So I wasn't sure how many pieces to give myself because I didn't want it to be too many pieces because then the stream would be over after 5 minutes. But at the same time, I didn't give myself too many pieces because then the stream would take forever. This is possibly a medium, but I don't know. Collectathon. My top 6 Disney movies are from lowest to highest: Hunchback of Notre Dame, Emperor's New Groove, Wreck-It Ralph, Leon and Stitch, Beauty and the Beast, and The Lion King. Soda. Oh god, Pocahontas. What were they on when they thought that would be a good idea to make? Right, let's focus on the. I'm gonna focus on the jigsaw. Let's see the corners. Let's find the corners. What are the corners? Corners. You're not. Oh, this is tricky. I can't tell which ones are corners or not. Is that a corner? That looks like a corner, but is it a corner? Is the game gonna actually help me and let me know if something actually fits? See, what I can do is I can actually look at the picture. So this is the. I should have shown that first. So this is the finished picture. This is the finished picture. This is what I've got to get to. That does not look like the corner that I'm trying to pick, but it's near there. I'd say it probably goes. Hang on. Why don't let me move? Oh, don't see you've crashed. Oh, what are you doing? Jigsaw, what are you doing? This is not helping. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's legit. That should not happen for a jigsaw. Why is it suddenly not working? Oh my giddy on. Just put it there. No. Why is it lagging? It's a website. Why would a website lag like this? It's lagging like it's a game. Oh my giddy aunt. I'm leaving you for now. Right, corners, corners, corners. What? What? Oh, come on. It did crash. Oh, come on. I spent ages trying to move these aside so it's easier. I spent like ages moving these into a nice little organized thing. Hopefully it won't crash again. I think it's probably heat. The heat is probably like heating up my computer and it's like ah. Let's move these all away. Can I make this is going to be even harder now? This is going to be so hard with them all kind of like flown everywhere. Tell you what, because I don't want this to go on forever. Let's see what 16 pieces looks like. Do you think, objectively, do you all think that looks too easy? Or do you think I should do that? Because again, I don't want to take too long, because I've got other things to do after this stream. Plus it's hot. But at the same time, I don't want to be like, finish this after like 5 minutes. Some websites are pretty heavy on my computer as well, and I must be careful with page loads. Computer, how exactly did we survive the days of dial-up? I don't remember. That was long ago. Why is that echoing? But thank you for following, Collectathon. But yeah, let me know if this is too easy or too hard, because the only options are, right, I'll show you. There's easy, which, yeah, you could do that in like 5 seconds. You got medium, and then you got hard, and then you got very hard, and then you've got the last one, which is supreme. Which I will never do my entire life. Leo, I suppose it's not the hardest Jigsaw, but like you said, you don't want this to be too long. Yeah, I'm fine with it being just this. I wouldn't mind doing... The other thing to take into account is that I've not done a Jigsaw in ages, so I don't want to be like here all night trying to get back into the Jigsaw rhythm on like a Jigsaw that is kind of like difficult for me. I need to do baby steps. I need to go back to the beginning. And I felt this is a nice little... Yeah, this is a compromise. I'm going to go with a 16 piece. I'm a baby tonight. Goo goo gaga. Hopefully another stream when I've not got other things to do after the stream. I'll do like a bigger Jigsaw. After some practice as well. There's quite a lot of things I want to do for a Relax Club, to be honest. There's so many things I've got in mind. But Jigsaws was one of the first things I was thinking of, because like it is kind of Jigsaws are relaxing. Jigsaws are definitely relaxing. But now the framing is all weird. The framing is all weird. Hang on, I'm going to fix the framing. Okay, so the top. Wow, this is all over the place now. Wait, hang on, that's not... Oh, no, wrong one. I'm clicking the wrong one, sorry. That one. Just gonna change this. That's too far. That's not far enough. What am I doing? That's fine. Bottom. Fine, and then the other side. That's fine. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about all this faffing. Right, that's better. Okay, let's finally do this Jigsaw. So I've got to find corners in this mess. This pile. To be fair, a lot of Jigsaws are, you do technically like leave them in a pile. You don't really tend to organize them. You do have them as a pile. But how am I not finding corners so far? Where are the corners? Oh, there we go. I swear that's like a corner. Because I remember looking at the picture. Let's get the picture up again. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, look at that. That's it. That's definitely it. Is it? Double check. I swear it is. That's definitely it. Okay. Is it? Okay. My brain is playing tricks on me. No, that is it. I was just checking the foot because like the foot's easy to work with. What's okay? Would be like a chin. I'm gonna stick with the corners for first though. Stick with the corners. Find the corners in this mess. No, you're not a corner. KIKI'S face. That's gonna be easy to do. Gigi's face. Corner. Let's cut a corner. Where are the... Seriously, where are the corners? Am I not allowed corners? See what the corners look like. That's gonna help me. Okay, this has got a cloud, you've got a window, you've got that. Okay. Like, I've heard that there are some evil jigsaws they have now that there are more pieces that you need in order to trick you. What? That's dumb. Okay, so there's a cloud one, which is one corner. That's not... Is that it? Yeah, that is it. That's a corner. That's a corner. And the other corner was like a window. Window. Ooh. You're a window, but you're not the window that I need. There's a window corner. Window. Is that it? Let me check. Yeah, that's it. Okay, one more corner. Collective Fun, what's the worst part of that top 5 best and worst DC films video? Just the worst part in general. And to be honest, there's a lot of choices in my best list that I regret as well. That I probably gave too much credit to. And like if I did it again, I think my list would be quite different. Not too different, but quite different. Especially since there's more films have come out since. Okay, corner. What's the other corner? Is like a berry, flowery, berry leafy kind of thing. Collector Fun, don't tell me you regret giving Rescuers Down Under praise. I don't know, because I've not rewatched it in a while. And to be honest, I've rewatched Rescuers and I'm like, this is way better than I remember. The first Rescuers, I mean. Is it that? No, it's not that. See, I just don't know. Tastes change over time. They always change over time. Plus, people change as well. Like the way I review, the way I critique things, what. I'm just a less angry person as well compared to those days. Like the kind of things that used to make me angry for videos, like I think I overreacted. Like, if I'm honest, like bad films in general don't make me as angry as they used to. They really don't. Like, because there's just other things in this world that are much worse than like a bad film. Particularly like behind the scenes kind of like abuse. That's way worse than like seeing through a bad. Oh, there's a corner. There, all the corners are done. Definitely want to. Oh yeah. So Rescuers Down Under, I do want to eventually rewatch it. Eventually, but I have a feeling it's not my favorite main studio production anymore. I have a feeling. I've become very attached to Tangled. I'd definitely put Tangled in my top 5. I really have grown to... Because Tangled, to me, is kind of like Disney's Princess Bride. It's got that same kind of feel. Done. Have you changed about Shark Tale? I don't know, because I've not rewatched it. I have no desire to rewatch it, unless I was to do a video on it again. And I doubt I will. Right, now where shall I go from here? That's the question. Now I've got all the corners. I don't want to get too cocky just because these are the corners. Any advice on like what with Jigsaw's way should go with corners? Because I feel like maybe when I was a kid, when I did Jigsaws, I was just like, oh, corner, board. I think that was my training done. But looking at this, I think is that a walkie-talkie? So, like, there's a walkie-talkie there that I could work with next to a little window. So that's a little clue. When it's there. That would go around about there, wouldn't it? Hmm. Edges. Edges, yes, that's a good approach. Yeah, edges. Let's get a bit edgy. I never thought I'd say that with Studio Ghibli. Let's get edgy. Computer Guy, it is good but still flawed. The Rescuers makes me feel sad for several reasons. The story, sure, but also it stayed. They cut corners everywhere they could in this film, and it shows. Yeah, you could definitely. But that's the thing with like most like 70s animated DC films. But I don't mind. I've grown to like not mind it as much because there's kind of a charm to its their unfinished nature, and like what they had to work with. There's something kind of cute about that. Okay, edges. But it's also working out where the edges go. Where do the edges go? Oh, I need to move the example out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Corners. Cause side to the rest, yeah. Collector font. I'm close to making a new term for some Disney fans called early Disney simps. Okay. Done. Kiki looks cute in her red bow. Perfect for a cute witch. Yeah, her bow is very cute. I remember Matilda having the same sort of bow, didn't she? I feel like that goes there. No, it doesn't. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's have a revise. I feel like the most thing you'll mostly just see this image log because I'm gonna need to reference it so much. Okay, what's I'm just trying to revise the edges now, trying to see what am I looking for. And it seems mainly clouds would be good to like work with. And ooh, the broom. I remember seeing the broom. The broom is a nice edge. Ooh! I like how it's got that little effect to like go to let you know it's fit. That's cute. Collector font. Those guys who pretend every single Disney animated film from the 30s, 70s are timeless masterpieces that should not be challenged. I mean, at the same time, you've got the reverse of that, where people feel like they're radical or edgy for like pointing out how the old films have aged. I was like that. I used to be like that. If you read some of my old reviews, I had that same attitude, and like I feel like, yeah, it's good. It's good to like take off rose tinted glasses, but at the same time, you can go to the other extreme and be like way too cynical about the old films. Because the thing is, yeah, the old films have their flaws, but sometimes those flaws can be charms, and at the same time, some of those flaws can be explained by the times or the limitations that the studio had to face, particularly during the 70s and 80s. What I meant is, oh, let me move that because Kugas says, what I meant is that it could have been so much better than it was. Atlantis also makes me feel that way. Nothing is more frustrating than missed potential. No, I get that. I totally get that. There are a few like Disney films I look at, I'm like, ooh, there's something here. If you played around with a bit more, you could have made something top tier. So I get that. So just as they love Atlantis, yeah, I quite like Atlantis. I don't love it, but I quite like it. I quite like it. It's one of those films I do watch sometimes. Okay, so that goes a bit closer there. That goes around about there, doesn't it? Huh. I just wish I had better memory skills and I could plant the finished Jigsaw into my head. Kaboom Guy, Atlantis needed an extra half hour to develop its characters, Atlantis itself more. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But as it is, though, I think it's fine. And I really love the way that the Kida and Milo bond over what we know of Atlantis. I think I need to, yeah, edges. Okay, let's focus on edges. That's an edge. Ooh, that was like pure guess. Leo, new sorry in my head using this setting. Oh, I've just missed that. Leo, oddly enough, that's how I was with Home in the Range. Even as a kid, when I watched the movie, I stopped paying attention on rewatches and tries to make up a new story. Yeah, that's fine though. It's fan fiction's harmless. I've sometimes done that. I mean, like, I've had so many ideas for like fan films before. Because there is sort of a charm to like, there's sort of a charm to like doing stories, telling stories, or making films that you know studios never will, and there's potential for them to be done. It's why one of my, if I was to do a fan film, one idea I have and I might do is Drop Dead Fred 2. I'd really like to do Drop Dead Fred 2. And I know a lot of people don't like don't like Drop Dead Fred. I know that. But if you watch, there's a really good video on it by Brandon Hardesty. Hang on. I could probably go to that. That really explores that, like, yeah, it's flawed, but, like, there's so many stuff in Drop Dead Fred that's, like, quite powerful, quite deep, and Rick Mayall's actually kind of amazing in the film, particularly if you know the context of Rick's work. And, like, I would like to do a Drop Dead Fred 2 where it's a lot more polished, and it plays more into the serious side of the first Drop Dead Fred. I'd like to do that. It would basically be carrying on exactly from the end of the first film, where we see Fred with a different girl. It'd follow like what Fred does next with this other girl, what she's going through. So that's something I'd like to do. Collectathon, what's your thoughts on the recent movie on Disney Plus? What do you mean by the recent movie? Oh, you mean Chip and... Oh, sorry, I missed that. Listed, The Rescuers have potential to be a great cartoon series had Chip and Dale not turned up. Yeah, I was thinking that when I watched Rescue Rangers, it's very much like Rescuers. Rescue Rangers is kind of like a mix between DuckTales and The Rescuers, and elements of Great Mouse Detective. Yeah, Rescuers could have been a good cartoon series, yeah. But Collectathon was saying, what's your thoughts on the recent move on Disney Plus? I've not seen it, and I don't really have any interest in watching it, if I'm honest. There's a little morbid curiosity, but for the most part, I'm kind of like, got other things I want to watch. I love the 70s and 80s pop culture. The disco era was awesome. I love disco music. Listy, Drop Dead Fred is great, even without nostalgia goggles. I totally agree, yeah. It's the way you look at it. And it's the way you understand the context of Rick Mayall's work. Then you can kind of better appreciate it. Because, like, Drop Dead Fred, I will admit, the biggest problem with it is its tonal inconsistency. Its tonal inconsistency is kind of like, what are you trying to go for? What audience is this for? Kind of like... But when they hit the nail on the head, it's like, wow. If you took this in the right... If you knew what you were doing, you could go whatever way you did, it would have been awesome. Right, I need to get on with the Jigsaw. I got so distracted with the whole Rescuers chat and Drop Dead Fred. Edges. Okay, that's an edge. Is it? It is an edge. I think it goes next to that as well. It does it? No, it doesn't. No, don't be stupid. But that definitely goes there. Woo! That is so cute. I can't get over that. That is so satisfying. I kind of wish I had a sound effect though. And Gigi's definitely over here. What we got? Oh, that goes there. There you go. See, now that I'm actually doing it, I feel like this is the right number of pieces to actually do. Probably that goes there, because that's an edge. That goes... Yeah, told you. Kiki's coming together. Leo, just to mention this because it's cute. Princess, which is Leo's dog, is curled up next to me asleep and making the cutest snoring noises. Aww. Listen, now that is a good example of how generational trauma affects adults in their later relationships and work life. Yeah, yeah, that's Drop Dead Fred in a nutshell. Like the domestic abuse side of Drop Dead Fred is perfect. It's so damn perfect, and the dream sequence is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it's amazing that a film that silly was willing to get that abstract in its finale. And like you rewatch the Drop Dead Fred finale after Rick's death, and it's even more powerful. That definitely goes somewhere over here, because that's her leg. That goes there. She's got legs over here and over here. She's got no body. Leo, those sadder scenes in Drop Dead Fred, though, JC, they didn't have to go as hard as they did. Yeah, they really did. It's so good. Sorry, I don't know why Facebook is on. I don't know how Facebook's on. I swear I turned it off. Bear with me, folks. I'm gonna turn Facebook off and mute my phone. There we go. Edges. Oh, that goes there. Ooh, I'm doing so well with like Kiki herself. Kiki's the easiest to put pieces together for. Does that go there? I swear that goes there. Look, that's a very... Okay, fine, it doesn't go there. So fussy. Where am I in the chat now? I'm trying to find where I even was in the chat. Done. Do you have interest in seeing the Elves movie? What's the Elves movie, sorry? Collective on, you know, I was a bit cynical about it all first, but Chip and Dale movie I ended up really liking. I don't know, because after rewatching Rescue Rangers and like becoming a fan again, I'm a bit sensitive seeing like these characters that I love being misrepresented. And even the co-creator of Chip and Dale has posted saying it's kind of like not like the TV show, so like I don't know. We'll see. I might end up seeing it eventually out of morbid curiosity, but we'll see. Right. That's definitely an edge. I swear that would be that side, wouldn't it? Ooh, it's that. Ooh, that was a pure guess. Maybe Gigi goes over here. Or there? Ooh, it goes there. Ooh. Listed, little girl who played young Snotface was one of the voices for Dollar Dimple in Cats Don't Dance. Yes, she was, yeah. Which is crazy. Oh, done the Elvis movie. From honest, I'm not really hyped. I mean, like, there's still already so many Elvis movies. Like, I don't know. I'm not that excited. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to really feel about it. It's Baz Luhrmann, so it's going to be interesting at least. But I don't know. I just don't feel anything. Probably because I'm not that big of an Elvis fan. Like, I like his songs, but not to the point where like, oh, I really want to see a bio on him. Which is a bit different to something like, it's got to go there. Okay, fine though. Was it there? Oh, it's there. A bit different to like when Rocketman came out, because I'm a huge, massive Elton John fan. But then there was that David Bowie biographical film that came out. That came and went. Cool guys, same. I'm so sick of the negative reviews the AVGM, who I still like, and the other one who shall not be named, have created. Leo, the dream sequence in Drop Dead Fred is one thing in the film that makes me cry, but the scene where she's sobbing on the bed as she pours her heart out about her abuse, and you see Fred's face, equal parts upset to see her go through this, and boiling over with rage towards her mother for hurting her. Like, the rage in her face is clear, but he reaches to touch her so tenderly, and I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I get it. No, I don't. See, this is why I want to make a Drop Dead 2 fan film, because there's so much heart there that could have been embraced a bit more if the film had a bit more tonal strength and leaned a bit more into the seriousness rather than kind of like not knowing what it was going for. Again, people really need to check out Brandon Hardisty's video on Drop Dead Fred. It will definitely change your mind about the film. Sorry, I'm getting distracted trying to find where I'm in chat at the moment. Leo, there was a Bowie biographical film. There was, and it came and went. It was just like there, and then it vanished. That goes there. Come on, that belongs there. Stop it. Stop lying to me. Okay, it goes. No, okay, fine. Can it go there? No, it doesn't. No, not do there. This has got to go here. Ooh, look at that. My top layers, my top levels are really going well. Ooh, look at that. Top. It's a bit weird. There we go. That's neater. That's neater. Boom. Where? I'm trying to find. Oh, you're trying to each other at the moment. Okay, cool. Collector form. Meanwhile, the quartering gets offended when a composer says that the toothbrush mustache man was bad. Ooh, I swear that's got to go somewhere. Oh, that's a great observation, James. That goes somewhere. Yeah, there you go. This is not as hard as I thought it'd be. I don't know why I'm putting this here. It doesn't go there. Again, yeah, I'm saying this is the perfect amount of pieces. I'm fine with this amount of pieces. Next time, I'll go for 30 pieces. No worries, computer guy, no worries. Listy, I don't watch biopics. I'd rather read a biography and get the truth, even if it's boring. That one about Patrick Swayze by his wife was lovely, but a better movie. See, I know what you mean, because I have a lot of my own favorite. I'm so annoyed at this piece. I have my own favorite biographical films that I really genuinely love. But then I look into the behind the scenes details and stories, and I'm like, wow, they really did this person a disservice. So like, I get it. I get the frustrations. Because like, for example, I love Ed Wood. The movie Ed Wood. It's a terrific film. It's a great study on what has got to go there? Yeah, it's a great study on like being a filmmaker in general and the passion you feel as a filmmaker. But there's so many details that they kind of like got wrong and they kind of offended Ed Wood's family and friends. But at the same time, you have the other extreme where you have documentaries and non-fiction books that they can get it wrong too. For example, there was a book that I read on Walt Disney during my university years that I read and I believed very strongly was like telling the truth. And then I talked about it with Floyd Norman, the Disney animator, and I brought it up to him and he was like, oh no, that's like one of the worst books on Walt ever. So if the guy that like actually met Walt is saying, no, that's not true, then like that book was wrong. So, books can get it wrong too sometimes. It's all coming together. Okay, it's getting easier. The more pieces I find, the easier it gets. That goes there. Or does it go there? Go here. That goes there. See, I'm not needing to use the reference anymore at this point. Because everything's looking clearer. Yeah, this is getting too easy now. Ooh. That doesn't look right. Right. Oh, there we go. Big Guy says Kiki is probably the cutest Ghibli character. Probably. I mean, I love Calcifer. Calcifer's really cute. Right, that's got to go there. Okay, it doesn't go there. Fine. That goes there. Leo, that's actually a good point about biopics. Like, unless it's a historical figure, you're better off looking at the books. Like, thinking about how Ramus, I'd rather read the book his daughter wrote than hope for a film by him. That's a very good point. I feel like if you're going to read a biographical book, read the ones by people that were close to them and that had no drama with them. But at the same time, yeah, what I'm basically trying to say is that like, it's okay to be skeptical about some biographical books, no matter what media they're done in. Where do you go? You're definitely there. And you're not there, no. I don't know why I'm putting you there, because I have a feeling you go here? No. Huh. Oh, is it? No? Okay, you're being weird. Whatever piece you are, you're being weird. Oh yeah, that goes there. Sojourn's only seen 3 biopics: An Adventure in Space, and Time, Ed Wood, and The Disaster Artist. I don't know how to take The Disaster Artist because Tommy Wiseau was actually involved with it, and I don't know if he tampered with anything. So I don't like when the subject is part of it, but at the same time, Rocketman was apparently very authentic, and Elton was very involved with it. I don't know. I think after experiencing that Walt Disney book was unfaithful, since then I've been very cautious and very skeptical about any biographical thing I experience. But at the same time, I have trust issues myself to work out. So like, yeah, that definitely plays into it. Almost done. This is pretty much almost done. It started off hard, but then the clearer the picture got, the easier it got. As you can see, I'm almost done. Wait, what? Come on, that goes there. There you go. There we go. Ooh, thank you. In 1,727 seconds. I don't know if that's even a good thing or a bad thing. I think another good example of biographical films that I liked, but I've like rethought about them on hindsight, would be Man on the Moon. Like, I love Man on the Moon, but 2 things that made me kind of like go about it in hindsight would be, first of all, it's barely close to what really happened, barely close, and there's a lot of events that are quite interesting in Andy Kaufman's life that they kind of like go about. They're not, the filmmakers weren't interested in it, but I thought there was film material to them. And the other problem is that if you watch the Netflix documentary Jim and Andy, you kind of look at Man on the Moon a different way because of the way that Jim Carrey acted on set. For those who don't know, he was acting kind of strange. I don't know, I can't really explain it, but like, if you watch that, you're kind of like, Jim. And I know he was going for a lot at the time, but like, yeah, he was, in other words, he was kind of doing a Jared Leto on the set, and kind of annoying people in character as Andy Kaufman. And even people that knew Andy on set were like, Andy wasn't like this. Why are you you're just trying to find an excuse to be a dick to everyone on set. But at the same time, there were things on set Jim did, and he kind of like, okay, that's a nice thing to do, because at one point Andy Kaufman's family came in and Jim stayed in character and hugged them, which I guess is nice. It's a nice gesture to do, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I would like a second opinion from someone that has seen Jim and Andy. It's worth checking Jim and Andy out, definitely. Only biopic I saw was Ed Wood. I'm not really a fan of these kinds of films, but the one about Weird Al looks interesting since it will probably be a parody. I'm looking so forward to that. And Daniel Radcliffe looks so amazing as Weird Al. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it looks like it's not taking itself too seriously, and the thing is that you'd have to do that for a Weird Al movie, because with Weird Al, his life is not going to be that eventful enough to make a drama out of, because he's so wholesome. And there's not that much drama in Weird Al's life. I think the only thing you could make drama about would be his little like rivalry he had with Prince. Which you should definitely look into. It's kind of funny. Like, I'm probably like paraphrasing, probably misrepresenting. I'm sorry if I am, but like, Weird Al wanted to do a Prince parody or something, but Prince got all weird about it. And apparently, at an award ceremony, Prince's people said to Weird Al, "You're not allowed to look at Prince," or something like that. But like, there's a lot of, in a return, there's a lot of Weird Al sketches where they poke fun at Prince. It's like a revenge. Leo, I suppose the difference between Rocketman and Disaster Artist is because I can trust Elton to have integrity and be honest about the depictions and add input to aid the film. Tom Wiseau, on the other hand, yeah, totally, absolutely. I mean, to be fair with Rocketman's not exactly a flattering picture of Elton. Let's be fair. But it's still sympathetic, but it's it definitely shows like it kind of shows Alternati's worst. So I can see that. Collectathon, say what did Floyd Norman tell you stuff that's wrong about the book? He didn't really go into detail. I just brought it up and he just said, oh no, that book's wrong. Because he's read it as well. Soda says that was fun. If you're referring to the Jigsaw, I'm glad you had fun. Leo, doing a Jared Leto. Yeah, he was. That's the thing about Jim Carrey, is that he has a very wholesome reputation, but there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stories that you'll learn. You were kind of like, And it's okay to kind of like look at a childhood hero, reevaluate them and say like, look, I still like your work, but you're kind of a dick. And like, yeah, there is that side to Jim that doesn't get covered. And a lot of people really do hype up how nice he is, but you've always got to remember that it's very easy to put on a face when you know you're being filmed. I think that's something very important to remember when you look up to a filmmaker or an actor or any kind of celebrity, is to remember that like when someone knows they're being filmed, they're not going to be 100% themselves. I'm not saying don't have heroes, I'm not saying don't look up to people, but always be skeptical. Probably the most dramatic the Weird Al movie could go is if they discuss his parents' death. I actually don't know about that. Leo, the more I think about it, despite Invent Van Gogh, because a historical figure I feel so personally about, I watched a 4-part documentary on him that left me sobbing and presented so much amazing evidence that recently came to light and information on his life. I guess the reason I haven't watched any movie based on him is because I'd also have that caution and skepticism. I don't want to see him done a disservice. Exactly. Which is kind of, it's something I've always kind of like wrestled with myself. I've always been like, I like these biographical films as films, but is it okay for me to praise this film when it also does a disservice to a real life person? It's something I've always been like, is it okay for me to like Man on the Moon because it's a very entertaining character study? But if you actually know Andy Kaufman, you only get like a piece of the pie, and that's the case with a lot of biographical films. So the hated Elton's agent. Oh, don't get me started on him. Collectathon. I'm gonna accept any kind of Weird Al with a British accent. I think Daniel's gonna do his American accent because he can do an American accent. And the funny thing is, I've met one of the voice doubles for Daniel Radcliffe. One of the weirdest things that happened. So, he happened to be the husband of a Disney animator. Yeah. Guy. Now, Jim Carrey have always been a bit weird, so I can always easily imagine him having a darker side, like all the fuss he made about the violence in KIKI'S. If you were against it so much, why did you sign up, Jim? Yeah, it's really hard to put a pin on Jim, especially when he's also anti-vax as well. But then he'll do something really nice, like do a children's book and stuff like that. It's just hard to put a pin on him. It really is. Especially when you can tell he wants to be seen as mysterious as well. You can tell he's trying to play up the whole mysterious thing. You can tell probably, this is me just guessing, but he's probably wrestling between his reputation of being like, I want to be seen as this wholesome, funny, nostalgic 90s icon, but I also want to be taken seriously. So I can see him kind of wrestling with that probably. Again, that's just me making theories. And it's just, if you watch Andy and Jim on Netflix, that'll definitely make you go like, who the hell is Jim Carrey? Listy, we need to make sure Will Poulter is going to be available for your biopic, Jambareeqi. I highly doubt anyone's ever going to make a biopic of me, but if they did, then yes, I feel like it has to be Will Poulter. I'll be down with, yeah. And that's not just me saying because he looks like me. I think he's a genuinely amazing actor. I'd be flattered if Will Poulter played me in something. there's a film about one of my ancestors, where John Hurt plays my ancestor, but I'm not 100% sure if they are my ancestor. My mum's still looking into that. Did anyone make a biographical on Hanna-Barbera? Oh, they haven't, but I'd love to see that. Collectathon, seriously, why in any universe would anyone want a British Weird Al? I'd be down for a British Weird Al. Other side of the problem, I really like the Harry Potter films and they're all for not that much. Should I even still like this franchise? I mean, the movies are good as they are, more than the books. Some aspects should the author be able to ruin all the fun like that. See, it's very. I've got no comment on that because even myself, I'm still wrestling. I'm very much an overthinker, and I'm someone that rarely settles on an opinion or belief until I've really played around with it in my head for like ages. Leo, it's hard for me to put a pin on him. God, that's him in a nutshell. Like, I've heard he's always very energetic with fans that happen to meet him, but yeah, all the other antics you hear about him is like he has that little gremlin in him that he releases now and then, but he chooses when to open its cage carefully. He was apparently so abusive to the Grinch makeup artist that the Grinch makeup artist went into therapy. And it's kind of annoying not many people know that. So when I see people like Facebook posts or Twitter posts, everyone say like, "Oh, Jim's so lovely, so wholesome. He's such a great example of like a wholesome, sweet, perfect Hollywood celebrity." But then you hear stories like that, it's like, good dude. I want Tom Holland to play a movie about my life. Good choice. Hopefully he's willing to wear a fat suit. Aww. Listy, if he wasn't twice my age, I'd have Danny DeVito play me. One time actually, I did this whole project once where I did it on MS Paint and I cast everyone I knew with an actor, like pretty much everyone in my life, and like I became obsessed with it. I remember like putting all the people I'll play, the different people. I can't remember half of them, but I remember being really committed to that. I remember casting. My mum was going to be Zoe Wanamaker. I think my dad was Bob Hoskins, but if I was to recast my dad, he would have been John Goodman. But I'd say my late dad was kind of like a mix of John Goodman and Bob Hoskins. Very cockney, but also had that whole dad energy to him. Jim is human and he's not perfect like other humans. Yeah, I get that, but I don't feel like... I feel like he's only human. The only human phrase can only go so far. Because Jim has done these bad things, but I've hardly ever seen him show remorse for them. So, like, yes, he can make mistakes, but has he learned from them? Has he apologized for them? And I feel like saying he's only human for every time a celebrity does a bad thing is not a good way of looking at celebrities. They still have to take accountability. Leo, now that I think about it, I was similar with the Marie Antoinette movie with Kristen Dunst. I hear it's great, really great and stylistic, but she's already deeply misunderstood historical figure, and I feel weirdly overprotective of her because of all she went through. Yes, I'm aware that's really dumb. No, it's not dumb. I totally get it. 100% get it. Totally get it. That's how I felt when I'm watching Rocketman as an Elton John fan. But it would be nice to see a film that told her story properly. I get it. Totally 100% get it. Collectathon, you know what? Let's have a Danny DeVito play as Ruth Bader Ginsburg in a biographical movie about her. I'd be down for that. Danny's that good of an actor. Listy, my dad would be Scott Bakula. They really look alike. What actor would you see playing you in a biopic, Jam? Again, Will Poulter. I can't shake it off. I honestly can't imagine anyone else playing him. And everyone says that I look like him, so it could work. I don't think I can imagine anyone else doing it. And he's got a more southern accent than me, but I still have he can change his voice. Soda, I'd be down for a biopic on the making of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, I would too, as long as the Disney studio wasn't involved. Because you think about saving Mr. Banks, that is a really good example of where a biographical film can just become propaganda, because there's so many things I really liked about Saving Mr. Banks as a movie, but then you look at the truth and it's like, oh, don't believe Marie Antoinette is a misunderstood figure. Yep. Collectathon. How about Christopher Lloyd as Kim Kardashian? What? In what context? Right, I better be off now. It is hot. It's way too hot. I want to put my fan back on now. I really want to put my fan back on. I really hope people enjoyed this Jigsaw stream, by the way. I prefer doing like a... Here's the thing. The whole reason why I kind of stopped doing traditional Let's Play streams and started doing a Relax Club, one big reason is because I find it really hard to play games that I knew I wasn't very good at and I wasn't that invested in while also doing chat. But I feel like with Relax Club, I can pick the game, and usually I can pick games where I don't feel as stressed, and like I can work with the environment they're creating while focusing on chat. And I feel like I could do that with a Jigsaw. Like, I could take my time with a Jigsaw while also talking to you. No context needed for Christopher Lloyd as Kim Kardashian. Kabiga says it was fun. Yeah, I'm happy to do another Jigsaw stream. That was really enjoyable. That was quite relaxing to do. And I think next time I'll do a 50-piece one. So, yeah, I'm down for doing 50-piece one again. And maybe the next one will be on either another Ghibli film or Great North or Laid Back Camp. I was frozen today. Listed, the back of my knees are sweating. Ooh, I need a fan too. Bellico, get the Bellico. You know what? If I feel like this stream is sponsored by Bellico, but it isn't. I really genuinely, I don't like the idea of people out there suffering in the heat, and like, if I've found something that can like make people summer easier, then I'm gonna show off this product. Bellico, Bellico, so good. So relaxing. Genuinely, full blast. Put this on full blast, right? I feel none of the heat right now. It's almost like it's winter suddenly. That's how good Bellico is. Go get a Bellico. Your summer's gonna be so much easier with a Bellico. So good. Thank you, fan. It's very, very nice. And I like that it has 4 settings too. Like, cause sometimes it's not that hot. You don't need the top one. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you're happy. Hope you're smiling. Hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time is for you. Oh, and by the way, before anything, next Friday, next Relax Club stream, I'm going to be playing Dream Daddy, the dad dating simulator, as part of a charity stream for the British LGBT plus charity, mental health charity. So it's a charity in Britain that helps people in the LGBT community with their mental health. So yeah, I'm probably going to play the whole game. For charity next Friday. It'd be great if people can turn up for that. It'd be really awesome for getting out lots of people. And hopefully make enough donations to like throw it Mind Out. Yeah, the charity's called Mind Out. And the thing is that I think Mind Out is like a branch of Mind, and Mind is a mental health charity that helped me through my domestic abuse. So I'm totally supportive of this charity. Yes, I'll be playing Dream Daddy next Friday, so come watch that. Come see that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You're all gonna watch me like swoon and melt over all these Dream Daddies.